Yo, what's up, John? We'll give it a couple minutes, let people get filed in, and then we will get to it. Yes, I can watch something different on each one. How do you think I can watch so many games at once? Yo, what's up, Tyrus? Not a ton of action going on tonight. I don't like that. Yo, what's up, Keith? How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Ooh, I like that. Good games in hockey tonight. The Islanders and the Red Wings, the Sabres and the Devils. That'll actually be a pretty good game. Yo, what's up, Troy? The Blues and the Blackhawks. That'll be a great game. And the Ducks and the Kings. There may actually be a top play in hockey tonight. Maybe, just maybe. What's up, Alex? Everyone have a good Thanksgiving. If you traveled, obviously you got back safely. Thanksgiving was in October. I like that a lot. Yes, Alex, we do. So actually, if you guys want to go ahead and go over that, we can. Let me pull them up because there's a few of them. So I've discounted a few things. I've added something, and I may add one more thing. I'll get your guys' take on it. Let me give me 1 second. Let me pull up the site. Okay, the 7-day consulting pass, which is usually $99, it's on sale for $75. So it's 7 days, all premium and daily top plays, all sports. You know the drill. The 3-day pass is $40. The 1 month consulting pass, which is usually $400, is $250. Great deal. The top play month, which is usually $600, is $299. We did it for $200 for just a handful of hours last week. The people that jumped on, what are they now? 7-1, 7-2 since they've jumped on in top plays. 8-2. I think it's 8-2 after yesterday's top play. That's on sale for $299. The basketball seasons, well, let me start here. The combo pass, $600 will get you the combo pass. That's all of NCAA basketball season and NBA season. That includes the playoffs. $400 for just the NCAA pass if you want to do just one, and same price for just the NBA. Same price for just the NHL. And then the two big ones that one person asked for, and then a handful of people asked for the other. The 1 year all access. This is a $16,000 value. It's on. We sell it for $4,000. We're gonna sell it today and today only for half price. $2,000. That gets you every sport, every season, every play, game of the week, game of the month, game of the year, NASCAR, everything for 365 days. If it is a play that gets released on my site, I don't care what sport it's in, what it's rated, you get it for 1 full year, $2,000. That's the one big one. And hold on, I've got to update that because that's not showing. But I can fix that really fast. And then the other one, the request that I got, and at first I said no, because we are going to be running a early bird special for the 2020 MLB season. MLB seasons are usually $2,000. I've thought about running it for $1,500 for this year, just because I know that we're probably going to get more people than ever, especially after last year, breaking a record, and all those people are already asking how can they sign up. I've already announced that around Christmas time, I was going to be running a big special. And that's where a lot of the people sign up. About 75% of all of my MLB seasonal clients that jump on the season jump on during that promo because they can save 40 to 50%. But today, and today only, I'm going to run the 2020 MLB season. This is the playoffs. This is every daily MLB top play. This is everything. This is 6 months of baseball, guys, for $500. But you have to buy it today. There will be one other chance to get a deal on it, and that'll be around Christmas time, but it will not be for $500. It'll be substantially more than $500 at that time, but it'll still be a lot less than $1,500 or $2,000. But $500 today and today only. Let me go in and fix the things that are not showing. MLB's showing. I missed one more thing too. Hold on, guys. I'm telling you wrong. The basketball combo pass I actually put for $700. Whoops. All right, let me change that. $600 for basketball combo. Everything else is right there. Hold on, guys. My dog's wanting out. Hold on. She heard the garage open. So, okay. The 2020 MLB season pass is there. And 1 year all access. Cutting that. That's why it's not showing. I didn't click disable. There we go. 50% off, guys. 1 day only. Okay, let me get back to this freaking chat. Ron, what is up? Lou, what's up? Well, if you don't like it, sorry, it's what I do. What's up, Jerry? How was your Thanksgiving, brother? Garrett, you say stuff like that a lot. I'm not reaching out to anybody. If somebody's having an issue getting their plays, they know how to reach out to me. And nobody's having an issue, or nobody's going to pay for something and then not get it, and then just have somebody else come in and, yo, what's up, Bill? Keith, hope you and your family had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You're recovering well from surgery. I am finally starting to feel better. Still got a little bit of pain, but finally starting to feel like I can talk again, and I'm telling you, it was a rough few days. Rough. Jerry, how was your Thanksgiving, brother? Bill, you as well. Hadn't talked to you guys in a little. Well, I talked to Jerry the other day. Hadn't talked to Bill in a little bit. All right, let me make sure that this stuff is all showing. I want to check something anyway. Starting to, Jerry. Feeling a lot better than I did 48 hours ago, I can tell you that. I can assure you of that. Lou, you send question marks. I do not know what that means. What happens when you post something on Twitter? I don't know what you were referring to either. Walter, what do you mean? The few days being out of it? If I purchase it again, will be added to my current. Yes. So, Alex, if you're already on any type of package, you could go in, buy whatever you want at the discounted price, and it'll just start the day that or the day after. So at midnight on the night that your current one ends, your next one will begin. So that way you can at least take advantage of the discount for it. I actually have somebody today that is on a 1-year subscription and, paid the normal $4,000. They're about halfway through it. Well, not quite. I guess about 5 months. But they want to go ahead and buy another year, and they don't want to have to pay the $4,000 if they don't have to. So they're going ahead and buying another year, and it'll just start when their other year ends. So that way they know that they can save 50%. Let's see. Yeah, anytime. And if you've got questions on any of the stuff, don't hesitate to ask, because I know you'll probably see a lot of packages up there, but a lot of people could not bet Connecticut. Why? It was a nationally televised game. Connecticut was nationally televised, and it was at every sports book in the country. Jake, I'm not on comment on that. You guys it'll all come out in the end. It will all come out in the end. Five Dimes had it. Everybody had it. It was a nationally televised game. They could have been playing a high school team. If it's nationally televised, there's a line on it, and you can bet it. Now, if your local bookie didn't have it, not my issue. Get another book. But that I would highly doubt that a nationally televised game with a team like UConn, one of the oldest programs in NCAA history, couldn't be bet somewhere. see something here. Yeah, Walter, I did have surgery. It was weird. So on Tuesday night sometime, I started having pain in my jaw for whatever reason. Well, it kind of got worse and worse, and then I guess because the pain had spread and it just kind of felt like it was in this, um, this whole area. I thought it was like tooth pain. But the only time that I've ever had real tooth pain that I could have even compare it to was, when my wisdom teeth got taken out. But that was, that's been over 10 years. So I kept thinking that it was, because I have a feeling in the back of my mouth. It's one of the only two feelings in my mouth. And I was like, well, maybe there's something wrong with that. So I'm sitting there thinking that I know what's going on and that it's tooth pain. And then I'm like, screw it. I'll deal with it, put some more gel on it, take some Tylenol, and I'll deal with it after Thanksgiving. That way it won't hinder me from doing any Thanksgiving type stuff. And then on Wednesday, the pain got a little worse. Fought through it, did everything. And then Wednesday night, the pain started getting really bad. And then it started to swell really bad. So, I didn't know what to do. So you start Googling and like, oh, you might have an abscess or something in your tooth. And I'm like, what the fuck? So the next day, Thanksgiving Day, I talked to an oral surgeon who called me back because my dentist had not called me back yet. And they're like, oh, you need to go to the ER right now. This, because if it is, an abscess and if it goes below your jawline, it could be fatal. And so I was like, oh shit. So this is on Thanksgiving morning. I finish up my plays. So a few hours later, I head to the ER. And, sure enough, they kind of said the same thing, but they're like, we don't think it's your tooth. We think it's your, something in your jaw. So they gave me a shot. They started me on some antibiotics, gave me some stuff for pain. But they were like, an oral surgeon will have to be if it's inside your mouth, it don't matter what it is, oral surgeon has to do it. So went home. Basically, didn't get out of the recliner for 2 days, didn't sleep at all, just sat with a computer in hand and watching games and just being in pain. Case in point why I haven't done a video because I couldn't talk. And then finally talked to my dentist. Swelling started going down, the antibiotics started working, and they went in, they did it. It was on my jawbone, and how it got there, I don't know. It could have been I could have cut it. I don't know. They said that it was a freak thing, but it was not on my tooth. It was on the actual back of my jawbone, which was why I was in so much pain. And so that's what it is. So I go in for some follow-up work tomorrow to get the rest of the work done, to get it all taken care of, and then hopefully be back to normal. So I'll tell you this, I wouldn't wish that pain on my worst enemy. I've had broken more bones than I can count. I've had surgeries. I mean, that was the most intense pain that I think I've ever felt. Imagine it feels like someone stabbing you, and it goes from here, and what an ear infection feels like. Think about that times a million, because it hurts so bad right there. And it goes all the way down to your neck. I couldn't even turn my head. Yes, it hurts when I talk, John. I couldn't physically talk up until today. Now I can, because a lot of the swelling's gone down. It hurts to talk. I know after I get done with this, I'll regret it, but I got to get back to work. I can't not be doing videos and stuff like that. People think I'm dead. It sucked. It was a shitty Thanksgiving, I'll tell you that. So what else do we got? Yeah, Walter, I was actually just looking at that game. John Brady says, I had 2 open heart surgery. I hate mouth. John, you say that. That's funny. The freaking doctor at the ER told me that. He said people would take open heart surgery before they would take pain like I had. And I've had kidney stones, which suck. It was intense. Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that. I'm glad you said something. Hold on one second. I'm going to cut that off. Now it's off. So, yeah, Walter, I was looking at that Kansas State game. The only thing that scares me is Kansas State switches from zone to man-to-man defense too much. They'll get into a rhythm playing a zone defense, they'll figure a team out, and they switch to man-to-man, and then they've got to relearn the whole system. Al, I want to say that I like the Seahawks because I love Russell Wilson. I love the fact that they're at home. Minnesota, let's just be real, they don't play good outside of a dome. They're not going to get anything out of it, Walter. It didn't even have my name on it. It had a number. Where'd it go? Yeah, it's got my admission date, some MRN number, and some AC number. That's it. The one that had my name on it, they took off before I left. They can zoom in on it if they like, even if it does have my name on it. I actually use my real name, so. But Al, I got to get farther into this game. I want to read the final report that they'll put out probably around 3 o'clock today to see if anything has changed. I want to take Seattle tonight, I do. But that doesn't mean I will. But I would love nothing more than to do so. Russell Wilson is the MVP. Period. Unless he just goes and plays the rest of the season horribly, then I don't see any reason whatsoever that he does not unanimously deserve the MVP this year. Oh, guys, check this out. The winter meetings are next week, right? There's there's the schedule. It's a lot of shit. But I'm pumped. Let's do a free play. Real quick, let me make sure that all this crap, all these discounts showed. I don't want someone to oh, damn, I'm leaving stuff out. The rest of NFL is $200. That's the rest of all the premium plays each Sunday, all the playoffs, the Super Bowl, and that also includes any prop bets, Super Bowl, like any stuff like that. Like last year, I had a very big selection of prop bets that made us a ton of money. You get all that with the season. So, yeah, there it is. $200 for the rest of that. I think I've gone over all that stuff now. Yep, I think that's it. Looks like everything is showing. And it's working. There's a 1 year all access. Record in what, Jake? Yeah, Al, he's having a great. And the thing is, it's not that he's going out there and doing anything that just wows you week in and week out, other than the fact that Seattle should be a losing team right now. And not only has he been the reason that they've won the games that they've just flat out won, but even the games they should have lost, he carried the team on his back, and he was the sole reason that they won games that they should have lost. Him and the Hall of Fame coach that they have, Pete Carroll, is great. Overall day. I don't know that I'm following you, Jake. Are you talking about as far as all sports or for just yesterday, this week, a certain sport? I don't want to give you information that's not right, so I need to narrow it down and see exactly, what you want. I'm not shy about it though. And half the people in this chat are my customers, so trust me, if I get something wrong, they'll be the first to let you know. God, that water's cold. Yesterday, hold on. Yesterday wasn't a great day, NFL wise. Damn, where did my sheet from yesterday go? Because I hadn't updated my spreadsheet. Hold on. Well, I know it off recall. So, college basketball, we won our top play on UConn. We won Tulane. We won our only NBA bet, which was the Celtics. Late games, we got crushed with Georgia Tech should have been the only loss, but St. Mary's decided to sit their starters with 4 minutes to go, so cost us a couple of points there from covering. NFL started great yesterday. We had 3 plays, all premiums, and we had the Ravens. I don't know. It seems like the Ravens are starting to get tired a little bit, and you can't blame them. It just seems like it's becoming a little more difficult for them to beat good teams now, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a shot at them. They're probably going to take a loss this regular season, and there's nothing wrong with that. That it doesn't mean they're not playing like the best team in the league, because they are. But there's only so long you can keep that going before you finally just have to let the air out. And then we had the Carolina Panthers, which you go up. You should have been up 21-0 in the first 8 minutes, and they let Washington come back and just trounce all over them. So that one, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even going to go back and bother wasting my time watching it, trying to find some reason why. It's because Carolina's on a downward spiral. They're going to fire Ron Rivera, and they're going to let Cam Newton go because they're stupid and think that Christian McCaffrey is going to be the savior of the franchise, and blah blah blah. Greg Olson thinks he's the greatest tight end there ever was. He's washed up, in my opinion. And then the Indianapolis Colts, with how much talent they have, with how good their coaching staff is, with how good their defense is, they don't have an excuse. They're just not playing well. So there it is. It didn't ruin my day, but it was surprising to say the least. It really was. St. Mary's ruined my day. That should have been the third easiest play on the card. Top plays have been absolutely on fire. Our daily top plays have been hitting just one after the other, after the other, after the other. John, yeah, I actually had one of my customers ask me yesterday. He goes, "Oh, wow, not backing the Jets anymore." And I said, it's not the fact that I'm not backing the Jets. It's the fact that I'm not going to fade Andy Dalton on his first week back because he's essentially playing for his football life right now. Does he stay with Cincinnati? Do they keep him around? Does he get picked up somewhere else? What's going to happen? But the thing is, I can't use that as a reason to put my money on it because Andy Dalton's not a good quarterback. But he has his days. And when he has his days, just like yesterday. But so I just decided the smartest thing to do would be lay off. Had I played it yesterday, I would have played the Bengals just because of that situation. But the thing is, I would have played it because of the hunch of Andy Dalton, and that's not the way I do things. If I can't back it up with true stats, then I'm not putting my money on it. And I wouldn't expect any of my clients to do so either. I didn't know they were going to lose. I just had a hunch because of Andy Dalton. That's why I said that's why I just laid off. There's no stat in the world to back what I thought up. That's why I didn't play it. But because of that little hunch, because the stats back the Jets. If I'd have just gone off of stats, I'd have played the Jets. But if I would have gone with my gut, I would have played the Bengals. That's why I laid off. Walter, college basketball, I mean, we have winning day after winning day after winning day after winning day. What have we had, 4 losing days in college basketball now? I'm certainly not concerned with, because in college basketball yesterday, we basically split. We lost a little juice per the system. If you followed the system, because we won the top play on UConn. Jerry, you need to call me on that tonight because I actually need to get with you on spring training dates. Because, as I told you, I'm going twice, but one of those dates you and I are linking up. So, you need to call me on that later. Who has Colton? Oh, what's up, Colton? Gone over Cyber Monday yet? I have, but I will do it again for the people that are just now tuning in. So, all right, Colton, pay attention. There's a few of them. So what we've got, I'll start with the smaller packages first. And Colton, I will go ahead and tell you this because one person asked. They said, hey, I'm already on a month package. Can I go ahead and purchase one of these at the discount and have it start when my current subscription ends? Yes, that will happen anyway. I actually had a customer this morning who's on a 1-year all access. Paid the $4,000 for it because it's $16,000 value, and he's about 5 months into it now. Well, because I've got the deal going on for the 1-year all access today, he's already purchasing it now, and it'll start when his 1 year ends, and he'll have another year just waiting there for him, and he won't have to pay the $4,000. So the 7-day pass, you guys know all about that. Colton, you've been on that plenty of times. It's $75 for today. The 3-day pass has gone from $50 down to $40. The 1 month, the 1 month consulting pass, which is usually $399, is on sale for $250. That's a great deal. The top play month, which right now is probably the best bang for your buck because we did the special on it last week. Had a ton of people sign up since the day they signed up, and the only thing they're getting is top plays every day, and then the plays of the weeks, months, and year if I have one. Throughout the duration of that month. They're 8-2 right now since they've signed up. Not bad. That one's usually $5.99. It's on sale for $2.99. The basketball seasons, NCAA or NBA, one or the other, $400. They're half price. College basketball, got the best college basketball in the country, hands down. You can do a combo pass and save yourself an extra $200. Get it for $600. NHL is on sale for $400. The 1-year all-access pass is $2,000 instead of $4,000, so 50% off. And the rest of the NFL season, along with playoffs, prop bets for Super Bowl, everything, $200. And then the one that everybody's been waiting on, you can go ahead and today and today only buy the 2020 Major League Baseball season pass, playoffs included, World Series, all that stuff. This is a $2,000 package that everybody knows at Christmas time. I'll probably run a special for half price, maybe a little more. And I always do that, and that's where most people sign up at. But today and today only, you can get it for $500. $500 for the 2020 MLB season. Because come Christmas time, when I discount it again from its normal $2,000 price, it will not be $500. It'll be substantially more than that. So I think that's the one that a lot of people were wanting me to do that I said that I wouldn't do. Well, look at me. I'm doing it anyway. Matt, kind of. The problem with Clemson over Minnesota, Clemson's not a good road team, number one. Their coach sucks. He is probably the worst power conference D1 college basketball coach. Where they found this goober, take him back. You let Oliver. Here's to show you just how elite Clemson's basketball program is. Oliver Purnell, who I actually liked, but he couldn't win there. He would start out his seasons 14-0, 15-0, 19-0 one year. And he would still end up having to go to the NIT. He couldn't win the ACC tournament. I mean, it's not a real program. But they let him, he leaves that program to go to like a D2 school and take a pay cut. I don't know that coach is going to allow them to win a road game like this, because Minnesota and Clemson are very, very evenly matched. This may be, as far as teams that Clemson's played this year, they may be meeting the team that mimics them the most so far. I mean, it's like looking in a mirror with these two teams. Other than the fact that Minnesota has a coach. He's not great, but he's better than the alternative. What'd you think about that Auburn-Alabama game, Chase? I don't know. I think that it was just an ends to a mean. People want Nick Saban to fail so bad. They love nothing more than three-way against the Red Wings. The Wings are in a spiral. Easy trend. I don't play three-ways. Yeah, the Wings have been in a spiral for the last what is this now, the fourth season? No, third season. We have not yet, Brandon. We've just been talking about games. First free play, I've got a couple that I like. I can't give away too much because we got a short card tonight, so I gotta make sure that I'm still loading the card up for my clients. But I like some NBA tonight. I really like the selections that we've got within hockey. So I know that we'll have at least one really good hockey selection. Let's see. Make sure no lines have changed. I tell you what, I'll give you a hockey play. We've got a rivalry game going on tonight in Chicago at the United Center, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time against the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues. And we're getting this total at 6. Truth be told, Chicago's got the best goaltending in the NHL at this moment in time. And they goaltend really well at home. Those two cities, they make for some great rivalries. So, you know that the United Center is going to be packed. They're going to come out in force tonight hoping to, just bag a win, not only against a rival, but against the defending champion. And so I don't think defense is going to be an issue whatsoever on the Chicago side. And I think St. Louis knows that because of Jonathan Tays and Patrick Kane and guys that play such a fast V formation up and down the ice, that the way you beat that team is by making them slow down, making them overthink their assist and their shots on goal. And that's what St. Louis does. That's why they were able to win the Stanley Cup last year against Boston, because they were able to slow them down. And this year, the Blues are just not producing the offense that they were. So I think that with the fact that Chicago's going to get slowed down on the offensive side, that's number one. Plus, they're not a great offensive team this year. With the fact that the production's been down on the St. Louis side on offense, but with the tremendous defense on the Chicago side, I think it goes under 6 goals. I really do. I would bet this game now because I think it could get down to 5.5. If for some strange reason, after you bet this game, you see it move to 6.5 anywhere, lay a little bit more on the bet and take it under 6.5. But I don't foresee that. If anything, it would move to 5.5. So get it while you can get it at 6, and we'll take the Blues and the Blackhawks under 6 goals for your first free play. Yo, what's up, brother? We already kind of went over Monday Night Football. I don't really have a play in it yet. I want nothing more than to take Seattle, but as of right now, I have no play. Outside of the All Access Pass, strictly top plays. Huh. Yeah, I could do something like that. So let's add it up, Scott. Let's see what it would be worth. So we'll say that each daily top play is $25. Okay. So just in daily top plays, if you bought the daily top play every day for 7 days and you did it for an entire year, you would spend $9,100. That's 52 weeks of this shit. Let me make sure I did that right. Yeah, it's $175 a week, 52 weeks a year, $9,100. Then you're going to have a play of the month 12 times, and then you're going to have a play of the week. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say we only do it 3. God, when you have multiple sports, so you're going to have if you bought every top play, every daily top play, every play of the week, play of the month, play of the year, for one full year, you would spend $14,500 in a year. So, being that you wouldn't be getting the premium plays, you would only be getting the top plays, but it would be in all sports, plays of the week, plays of the month, play of the year. I'd say that it's justified to drop it $1,000 less than the 1 year all access. So normal price would be $3,000 versus $4,000. We'll do a discount today to put it at $1,500 because it'll be 50% off, just like the 1 year all access is. What would you think about that? I think that's fair. I'll be honest with you. I think the line's fairly accurate, Brennan. Because the thing is, they just haven't been producing the offense against poor teams. And the thing is, Chicago's a poor team, but their defense has been outstanding these past few weeks. Jake, daily top play is $25 each day. Plays of the week are $50. Plays of the month are $100. Plays of the year are usually $200. But I think the last one that we did, which was a few weeks ago in the NFL, congrats to everybody that was on that one. I sold it for $100. But now, Jake, keep in mind, that's one play, right? And now some days I have more than one daily top play. So, if I do, you get that if you buy it that day. But, you can buy a week of all plays, which is all my premium plays in every sport that I have, every play that I release that week, plus the daily top plays for $100. So, it's just more bang for your buck. But if you are that guy that likes to play that one game a day, then more power to you. That's what it's there for. But, if you want to get on and start following the investment system that I have, which all of the guys you're talking to now, all of them do it. John Brady, Walter, where's Keith, Jerry Valdez, Colton, all these guys, they all have been with me for a long time, and they all follow that system, and they know that I am a high-volume player. I play a lot of games, but I do it for a reason. And most days, there's going to be losing days, and there's going to be days where we lose money, but more days than not, we turn profit, and we turn profit at a very rapid rate. And that's all it's about. It's not about how many games you win and lose. It's about turning profit every day. If I turned profit, it was a good day. Hey, John, run the chat for a second. I don't want to cut on the ceiling fan. It was under 6, Blackhawks and Blues, because it'll mess with this light, and all you guys will see it. So I'm going to go crack a window. It's hot in here. Run it for just a second. Oh, never mind. I don't have my keys. I got to unlock it. John, run the chat for 2.5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, Scott, cool. Does Muschamp survive? It depends. Depends on what Ray Tanner does. I think he should survive. I think Muschamp's a great coach. He's a fucking fantastic recruiter. Problem is, it's hard to coach a team in the toughest conference in America when you're playing third string at every position because everyone's injured. He's not a good offensive coach. He's probably one of the best defensive coaches in the country. Scott, is that something that you want me to activate on the site for you, brother? Chad, how many years have you been capping selling plays? Capping, a little over 10. As far as actually selling information, going on 3 now. Um, Baseball's always my best sport. There's nobody out there you will find that even comes close to my baseball. Um, I haven't had a season in any sport that we haven't turned profit in. I mean, obviously some sports are better than others. Like last year was my best NFL season ever. This year has not been as good as last year. This year is one of my best college football seasons ever. NBA is going great. NHL is going fantastic. College basketball, we've only had 4 losing days. Um, so, I mean, it's been great all around. Yeah, I'm sure I will. I may actually end up having 2 because I've got 2 that I circled this morning, and they're in 2 different sports. So obviously, we've got to see how things progress until those games actually come into play. But if everything falls into place, there could be 2. Um, all right, Scott, give me a second. Let me see something here. I should be able to force it to show up immediately. So it's going to be a $3,000 package. Let me put a 50% code on there to get it down to 1,500. is. It's on there. John, I think he did. I think he did it the other day. Hold on, I'll look. I'd like to know where Mr. Garrett is, the one that always likes to bring up other people's packages. Something fishy's going on there. He said, Ronald Belmonte is having trouble getting his plays. Please reach out to him. Well, that's because he bought a package in July for a month. Thing's been expired for months. No wonder he's having a problem getting his plays. They don't exist. I don't know why he would need to get someone else to ask me about it. And I've talked to Ronald before. He's a Chicago boy, a lawyer in Chicago at that. Something is not right there. Scott, I didn't, but I'm sure some cappers out there will tell you that they did. Anyone going to be in San Diego next week? I need that one to go up another half point. It's time to line shop, boys. Let me look at these lines, see if I can find a better line, and I will give you guys another free play. I'll give it to you anyway. I just see if I can find. I'd like it to go up another half point, just to know that it's trending in the direction that I want it to. Because there is a lot of money coming in on the opposite side of this that I don't understand why it's coming in that way. I mean, we're talking 93% of the tickets are going this way, and I'm not. Hell, I could be wrong, but I'm not falling for it. Scott, hold on 1 second, and I will check. Let's see. Yep, I got you, brother. All right, so Scott, have you ever been with me before other than baseball season? No problem, brother. It's my pleasure. It's what I do, man. I win for you guys. So we got 2-year members signing up today. Welcome to the 1-year family. Well, technically 3, but one of them's already a 1-year all access member, and they just wanted to take advantage of the discount. They still have 7 more months on their package. Scott, let me know you're still in here, because I wanted to go over something with you so that way you know it. And you know you can always reach out to me, but might as well tell you up front. Oh, I need some eye drops. Who the fuck is that guy? This guy's an idiot. Awesome, Scott. All right, so you've signed up. So on a normal daily basis, you're going to get an email from me every day. When my plays are posted, you'll get an email every day letting you know that the plays are posted so you can sign in and get them. Before you receive that email, plays have not been posted. That way you don't have to wonder, keep signing in, hoping that you don't miss them. Every day, the second that posted, the second that I click save, it auto reverts me to an email page. I type out a little quick email letting everybody know. I hit send, and it gets blasted out to every single active client that I have. You now being one of those people. So every day, just wait on that email. I already signed up for your top play month the other day. Okay, so you know exactly how it works. Bingo. So I'm sure you're aware then when I do have a play of the week, play of the month, play of the year, all that shit, on those days, you won't see it when you log in. Maybe just click your dashboard icon, then it'll bring up everything so you can click on it. You should already know. Perfect. When it just says Scott, I don't know. I've got a few Scotts. I've got like 7 or 8 Scotts that are customers, so sorry to beat a dead horse. Oh, yeah. Scott D. You've been on a good bit of stuff, man. You know how all this crap works. I'm going to go ahead and just force the auto update on your account. To start 12/27. And go until 12/27/2020. All right, bingo. So 12/27, Scott, will be the day that your top play year starts. Until that point, you're still on your month. Because it actually, when you do it, it starts the day that your other one's ending, so it would actually lose you a day. But I go in on the back end and fix all that. I appreciate it, bro. That's what it's about. That's my goal. Most people's goal is just see how much money they can make. My goal is to take a customer, get him to sign up for whatever he wants to sign up for, something, short term, small, feel me out, let me prove myself, and then turn him into a long-term client. Once I turn someone into a long-term client, I feel like I've done my job. So let's see. This play, NBA play, and Scott, before you do that, always reach out to me. I'll take care of you one way or another. People that sign up for year packages with me know that when it's nearing the end of their service, don't just go online and rebuy. I mean, if there's a big deal going on, yeah, do that, because obviously I can't do much more than that. But always reach out to me. I want to keep long-term clients long-term. All right, so this play that I'm looking at, yes, I have, Scott. I've actually talked to a few of my clients about that. I have the means to do it. There's some more laws that have to pass so that I can do it the correct way. There's just so many people from so many different states involved that until everything via the federal government is laid out and everything's said and done, there would just be too many hoops to jump through to try to do it and prove that you're doing everything the right way. So once everything's said and done and all of the Supreme Court stuff's out of the way, then yes, it's already in the works. The business plan's already written. The proposal's done. The client base is there. I mean, everything's done other than me just waiting on a few laws to change, which will. So let's see. Let me pull back up this line here. God, I don't understand why so many lines are coming in that way. Oh, bingo. There it is. Line moved. It moved. Perfect. And I could be wrong about this, guys, but unless these teams go out there and just start doing stuff 100 times better than they've been doing it this entire season, I'm going to roll with this. We're going to go under 212 points. Bulls, Kings tonight. I see a couple of 211s and a half. It opened up at 211. I knew it would move from there. Well, actually, it opened up at 210, excuse me. Shot up to 210 and a half immediately. Got it at 211, which was what I was looking at. Got it at about 211 and a half when I started this thing and was waiting to see if it would jump. William Hill is now at 212. The Westgate's at 212. Caesars is at 212. BetOnline.ag is at 212. Pinnacle's still at 211 and a half. So 211.5 is fine. 212 is what we're going to go with the play as, because that is what I'm going to be wagering. I'm going to go Bulls Kings under 212, and here's why. Bulls play fairly fast paced. They shoot a lot of 3-pointers, so they would be the stereotypical over team. But problem is, they can't get threes to fall. They do not pass the ball well. They commit a lot of turnovers. So even though that they have the speed and the stamina to put up 115 points a night, they just don't do it. Them breaching 100 points seems, a little bit fewer and farther between, and it keeps getting progressively worse. The Kings, they've never really been a high-scoring team. But the thing about the Kings is the Kings are a little bit slower paced. So what's going to happen is the Kings are going to have to try to wear the Bulls, the Bulls are going to end up wearing the Kings down. The Kings are going to have to try to play that pace. That's what they're going to have to do to stay within the game. But if the Bulls keep playing like they're playing, they're going to take a lot of 3-pointers. They're not going to draw a lot of fouls. When they do, they're probably going to miss free throws. They're not going to get the ball inside. And they're just going to burn clock without generating the points that they should. Then what's going to happen is the Kings, playing the slower pace that they do, taking the smarter shots, they're probably going to get some things to fall for them. But again, the Kings just aren't that great of a team. So I can see with them being worn down a little bit more come the end of the game, that's where they're going to have the trouble scoring. I think Chicago can pull out to an early lead in this game with fast breaks because they are so much faster than Sacramento. But what's going to be a problem is Sacramento's then going to be forced to start shooting 3-pointers to start closing that gap. Then you're going to see Chicago start trying to drive it inside, draw fouls and everything, and they just can't score when they're given the easy opportunity. Inside shots, free throws, they just do not capitalize on them near enough. And I think that when it comes down to it, both of these teams will be gassed early. And this game could get over 220 points easily if everything went right for both teams. And maybe it will. But if everything is going like it has been going, and these teams play each other like they've been playing the past 7 to 10 days, I can't justify saying that this game's going to get over 205 points. When I ranked the game, I had it at 208. So getting it 4 points higher, I'll take it. It's not a top play by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm going to roll with it. Under 212 Bulls and Kings. All right, Scott, see you, man. Yeah, Scott's been buying from me for a while now. He's been buying from me since, God, since my previous endeavor. But I mean, he started buying from my site back in June, and there hasn't been a single month that he hasn't been on something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16 different packages Scott's bought. A lot of them shorter term, some of them, longer term. Now he just signed up for a year. So I'm telling you guys, there's proof in the pudding. He wouldn't keep signing up, and he certainly wouldn't invest into a year if it wasn't working. All right, guys, I'm going to go pick my little ones up here in about 30 minutes. So we've done 2 free plays. Anybody got any other questions? I probably need to do another rundown on the deals that we've got going on today. That way everybody knows. I'll try to post them on social media as well. And that way everybody can jump on one of the Cyber Monday deals. And just so everybody knows, when I get to 3,500 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to be giving away some free months. Let me close all these windows. It might be slowing this video feed down. All right, so for anyone that's still here, Cole Anthony was in the Bahamas spending daddy's money on the blackjack table last week. Cole Anthony. All right, Keith, have a good one, man. Appreciate it. I've thought about that, John, but it would be too close to what someone else did, and I certainly wouldn't want to be accused of copying someone. I'm not going to beg. If somebody wants to subscribe, they can. It's beneficial to them. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't matter if 5 people watch that video or 500,000. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. It's there for them. They choose whether or not to do it. I get people that complain that they missed a video, and I'm like, are you subscribed? No. Subscribe. But yet they won't, but then complain when they miss a video. Oh, I saw it too late. It's just added drama that I don't need. All this drama's just gotten out of hand, so I'm going to finally nip it in the bud, take care of it all, and be able to move on. So we've done 2 free plays. So I'm probably not going to do a free play video today, because I'm going to save the rest for the card. Card will probably be out. It'll be out before 5 p.m. Governor Jay, glad to see Tigers took care of business in Columbia. That one had me worried. I don't know why. I would hope they could beat a team of third-string guys. I know that it's funny when Dabo yelled at his son and they were yelling at his players about getting that penalty for he had to call a timeout because they were jogging off the field, and they weren't listening to him because they're not used to the cheerleader calling the plays. They don't listen to that dude. He's just there for show. I watched about 30 minutes of that game, and I cut it off. It just wasn't even worth it. I think we all knew what was going to happen going into it. But I know you're happy about it, so that's good. So we've got some college basketball tipping off now. Not us. We're not playing it, but Hofstra's playing at 2 o'clock, which it's after 2 now. So, Danny, if you missed it, playing the Bulls under 212 points against Sacramento, playing the Blackhawks and the Blues in NHL under 6 goals. Those are your free plays. And then we've got a ton of Cyber Monday deals. Any thoughts on Pats losing to the Texans? No. Texans are not a good team. They have Hopkins, which is a phenomenal wide receiver. Best in the game. That makes up the there aren't any women head coaches, are there? Not other than Dabo Swinney. Hopkins is that team. Other than that, the Texans are well below average, especially within their coaching staff. The Patriots have just been injury riddled. It just seems like when one person comes back, 2 more leave. Brady's having somewhat of an off year, but their defense is phenomenal. I think it was to be expected them to go in there and lose that game. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost 2 more before the end of the season. But when it comes time to where, you have to win, that's when Brady and Belichick will do what they got to do. Danny, we got a ton of Cyber Monday deals going on. If you want me to go over them, I will. Otherwise, I won't. But if it's something you want me to go over, something you might be interested in, I have no problem doing it. Just let me know. I'm not sure how many people are on here that weren't on here earlier when I went over them. If there's anybody watching or listening to this that wants me to go over one more time the Cyber Monday deals before I sign off, let me know and I will do so. But if everybody already knows them, then I will not bore you with it again. Any favorite restaurant? What? All right, Ron. Let's see. Let's pull it back up. These are all going on until midnight tonight. And if you were, and it's like I've told people earlier, if you're already on a current subscription, you can still purchase one of these today to get the discount, and it will just start when your other one ends. The 7-day pass is discounted today, so you get a 7-day pass for $75, 3 days for $40. 1 month all daily top plays and premium plays, $250. That's a big discount right there. The top play month, which is usually $5.99, is $2.99. That's every daily top play, no premiums, but you do get the plays of the week, month, and year if I have one during that time frame. A bunch of people signed up for that last week. They're 8-2 to start it, so that one right now is probably my most popular. The NBA or NCAA basketball's full seasons with playoffs, $400 a piece. That's 50% off. Or you can do a combo pass and get both of them and save an additional $200. It's $600. You can get the NHL for $400. The 1 year all access pass $4,000 package is 50% off. You can get it for $2,000. You can get the top play year, which is all daily top plays, games of the week, month, and year in all sports. So you're just going to be playing nothing but top plays for 1 year. New package we created, it's $3,000, 50% off today for $1,500. And then the one that everybody wanted me to do was the 2020 MLB season. It's a $2,000 package. I'm sure that I'll be doing a big discount at Christmas time, but it will be nowhere near this price. Everybody typically signs up during that Christmas discount for because I usually run about a 50% discount for a few days. But right now, today and today only, you can go and sign up and you can get the whole MLB season with postseason, World Series, everything for $500. And when we do run that deal again in Christmas, it will not be $500. It will be a lot more than that. But that's something that a lot of people asked me to do, was to go ahead and run a big special. I said that I was not going to. I was going to wait till Christmas time, but I gave in. So there it is. I've already emailed those people letting them know they've already signed up. That's probably going to be my biggest seller today. Everybody knows what goes on during baseball season, so don't pay $2,000 for something you can get for a quarter of the price. No, because I haven't really created the bowl package yet. You gonna put this video back up? Yeah, they always go up. Ron, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do for the bowls. It probably won't be an expensive package. It'll probably be pretty cheap anyway. I just want to see what happens with these conference championships next week, and then we'll kind of see how big the bowls are going to be, how big of a deal they're going to be, how much action people are going to want on them because of it, and then I'll create something accordingly. I think last year I ran a bowl package for like $100, so it wasn't much. And I would never try to charge a bunch of money for bowl games because, I mean, they're done and over with before you know it. Most of the ones people care about are on New Year's Day. So we just need to figure out, are there going to be any top teams? We need to see what's going to happen after the conference championships to see who's going to be placed where on what day, so on and so forth. And then that'll kind of give me a look-ahead idea of how much overall action I'll end up having in the bowl games, because guys, it's official. The regular season of college football is over. It's done. We have conference championships this week. You'll have a couple of straggling games coming through, a bunch of D2 stuff, like your D2 national championship, I think maybe this weekend. So we're going to have that. And then after that, you've just got to, your bowl games that you play, and, you'll have your 4-team playoff, and that's it. So college football is essentially coming to an end. Regular season's over. There will be no more every Saturday big college football action for us. Not saying we won't still have some big action days left, but probably not very many, because it won't be there. I'm sure our New Year's Day selection will be pretty big. Leading up to it, I'm sure there'll be some plays here and there. What's your initial feel on LSU-Georgia game? LSU's got the much better defense. LSU's got the much better offense. I like Ed Ogeron, but Kirby Smart's he's a better coach. I'm sorry. He's a smarter football mind. So I think LSU could truthfully, I think they could wear them out to the point where they just have nothing left. But if Georgia gets to them defensively, then that'll be all she wrote, because LSU is not going to be able just to stop Georgia on offense. LSU can't really stop any good offense, just like Alabama hasn't been able to stop good offenses, because the defense that Alabama usually has, that LSU usually has, they're just not there this year. They're just offensive teams. That's why Ohio State is bar none the best team in the country. They have an elite offense. They have an elite defense. They have a great coaching staff. And there's just not either one of them teams, not Georgia, LSU, Clemson, Alabama, Utah. I don't care. Any of those. They're not in the same room. They might not even be on the same floor as Ohio State. Ohio State could have put a lot worse beating on Michigan had they really wanted to. I kept hearing, oh, they didn't, they barely beat Penn State. They let Penn State get so close. Penn State didn't do anything. Penn State did nothing. Ohio State committed errors. Had they not done that, Ohio State could have won that game 40-0. Does Georgia get in with 2 losses? Probably. Probably. It's all going to determine by these conference championships. LSU's in. Period. So the committee wants 2 SEC teams in. I do believe that because they know that it's not going to be even television worthy to have a team like LSU play Utah or Ohio State play Utah. They want 2 SEC teams in it, which, fine. But LSU's in, Ohio State's in, period. Clemson's not going to lose to Virginia, I don't believe, so they're going to be in. And it's either do you put Georgia in and Georgia truly has a fighting chance to compete with these teams, or do you put somebody like Utah in and it's been like years past where Notre Dame just really wasn't there. And Clemson got to play them knowing that Clemson overmatched Notre Dame tenfold, knowing that Alabama has overmatched Michigan State and Oklahoma. Just every year of this playoff era that we're in, the number 4 team has been a joke. They've been a joke. They shouldn't be there. So I think the committee is not more or less looking as oh, it's a 2-loss team. Is this team truly better than the other? And that's what it's going to come down to. So you have to have the eye test. You're playing for style points. And they also have to go out there and look and say, yeah, Georgia's a 2-loss team, but it was a fluke that they lost to a 4-win South Carolina. And look at who they play week in and week out. Utah can't say that. I mean, Utah plays Georgia-level competition twice in a season, not 9 out of the 12 weeks of the year. So I don't want to see Georgia get in more than anybody else, but if I'm going to go with who I think is the 4 best teams in the country, if you don't put Georgia in, you stick a 2-loss Alabama in there. I know that nobody wants to hear that, but that's just a fact. Georgia loses and you have a 2-loss Alabama and a 2-loss Georgia. I understand that Georgia won the East, but stick a 2-loss Alabama in there and mark my words, they'll take a 3rd-string quarterback or 2nd string. He was 3rd string to start the year, so call him whatever you want. I don't care. Take your backup QB and you watch him play for a national championship this year. It'll be Clemson versus Alabama. Oh, no, it'd be Ohio State versus Alabama, so no, that wouldn't work. If they'd let number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 play and they would let Clemson and Alabama match up, it would just be tit for tat the whole time, and it'd be who can score more points, and Nick Saban would be out for blood. I mean, it'd be rough, but it would be, anybody that likes offense, that'd be a great game to watch. All right, boys. I am going to jump out of here, run and go pick my little girls up, and then get back, finish off the card for the day, get the plays out, and we'll be good to go. Any questions before I get out of here? And I've got to go in for a follow-up and the final bit of work with the surgeon tomorrow. So I'm hoping that I'll still be able to do my normal stuff. If not, I should be back to normal on Wednesday. We'll just have to see. Alrighty, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming in, taking time out of your day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Later, peoples.